Shalom, shalom. Hey, Israel. Hey, family. Hey, friends. Shalom, shalom. Want to thank the Most High for another day, another brand new day, a day we haven't even never seen before. This is the day that Yahweh has made. Let us rejoice and be glad therein, thanking Him for another day's journey. All right, brothers and sisters, those of you who know, you know I like to pray. Turn with me to the east. Shema, Yahweh, Eloheinu, Yahweh, El Kud. Hear, O Israel, Abba El. Remember, I like to pray. Abba El is one. We must love Him with our whole heart, soul, mind, body, and strength. To you, Yahweh, be the glory. To you, Yahweh, there is nobody else but you. Asking that you would bless the broadcast, those who tune in and listen. Asking in your mighty name, Father, there is nobody else but you. I call on the God of Israel today, asking that you would touch, heal, bless, deliver, and set the captives free. Asking for miracles in the air we breathe, the food we eat, the water we drink. Miracles in the checking account, the savings account, and the mailbox. Asking in your mighty name, Yahweh, nobody else but you, that you would bless. Bless in such a way that these people would know that it is of you and not of us. Want to thank you. Word my mouth, give me what to say and how to say it. Please open up the eyes and ears of your children's of Israel, Yahudah. Bless Mother Jerusalem, African and Israel, and the earthlings that love you. In your holy name, I come before you. Please touch word. Bless the word and bless those who tune in and listen in your holy name. Selah. Today is a new day. We want to thank the Most High. I'm telling you, there is nobody else like your Abba. Blessing on another day, a brand new day. All right, brothers and sisters, I got the information from Rabbi Nolan. This is for those of you who keep the Passover, the Sabbath. Today begins the Sabbath, sundown Friday to sundown Saturday. And those of you who keep it, there is no cooking, no cleaning, no baking. There is no sex. There is no buying. This is a day Abba Yah has set aside for you, Israel, for you to rest. It starts this evening, sundown Friday to sundown Saturday. All right, the Sabbath, the Passover is April 13th. And Rabbi Nolan gave me where if anybody want to come and join them at the Sabbath, the Seder dinner, it's before the Passover. They do their Seder dinner before the Passover. And their Seder dinner is April 12th, Saturday evening. And it's going to be at the Lester Long Amber Room. And the address is 721 Eagle Street in Dalton, Illinois. The zip code is 60419. The telephone number is 708-841-2111. Now, let me say it again. Passover is April 13, 2025. For those of you who keep the Passover, and you know we have to eat matzah for I think 8 or 9 days. I'm gonna read it to you. I'm gonna read Passover today, and that's for you. Those of you who keep it will know what is required at Passover. Rabbi Nola is having a Seder dinner April 12th. That's on a Saturday evening And it's going to be at the Lester Long Amber Room, 721 Eagle Street, Dalton, Illinois, 60419. The telephone number is 708-841-2111. For a family from 2 to 5, I think there is $125. For one person attending is $75. It starts at 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Again, you could call up, get the information that you need at 708-841-2111. The time is 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. All right, brothers and sisters. I'm glad to be able to give you that information because the Passover is coming up. It's not this month. This is the Christians' month to do their Easter festivities. And ours is Passover, which will be April 13th. All right, get your history book. Don't forget pen, paper, and pencil. That is what I require. Hope that you all bring it because you need to write down scriptures and certain things that will be said so that you would know. Want you to know that your Elohim, Yahweh, Asher, I am that I am. I am He. He loves you very much, Israel. All right, I come before you this day to ask that you would bring pencil and paper. Pencil and paper. All right, maybe you all didn't hear what I said earlier. So let me repeat it. All right, Passover is April 13th. Rabbi Nolan and congregation is having a Seder dinner April 12th, Saturday evening, at the Lester Long Amber Room at 721 Eagle Street, Dalton, Illinois, 60419. Telephone number is 708-841-2111. And the time is 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. There's a cover charge from a family from 2 to 5 is $125, and one person is $75. Again, there's a Seder dinner will be held April the 12th, Saturday evening, Lester Long Amber Room, 721 Eagle Street, Dalton, Illinois, 60419. Telephone number 708-841-2111. For those of you who desire to participate in the Passover with Rabbi Nolan. All right. Get your pen, pencil, and paper, and don't forget your history book. We're going to come to you all concerning the Passover. I know I was going to read to you all about Emmanuel. I'll do that tomorrow. We're going to Exodus 12 chapter, because I want to read to you all about the Passover. And I keep saying to the males, please, to each and every one of you, if you have not gotten circumcised, you cannot participate in the Passover. That is a holy communication, holy congregation, and it is required by law by the Most High. So I'm telling you, you men. All right, Exodus 12, I'm going to read it, and you all could write down certain things that need to be written down, or you could go back and also do your research. Okay? Exodus 12, the Passover instituted. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Okay, our new year start in April, April 15th, April Abib. Abib is April and it's the 15th. And Yahweh always start the new year in the spring, or when you see the budding of any new vegetation, leaves, flowers coming forth. Abiyah never does any new year in the winter of the month. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak you unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th month of this month you shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their family, a lamb for a family, for a household. Well, if you have a small family and you desire to invite guests, and perhaps you all can bring your lamb and their lamb together, and you all can have a nice size feast where, where no one will be without. That's what this is saying. Okay. According to the house of their family, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls, the number of the people, every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. So however many peoples there is, he desired that the two families get together so it'd be enough for each of the people that's going to participate in the gathering and in the Passover. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goat. It could be a lamb or a goat. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. We can't do that here, but there are some folks who have their own farm, they own lamb, they own here, and they do it here, and nothing will be done to them. Uh, and it's done on their property. But we who live in houses, we can't do that. We not in our land. But we do have Israel that's over in the land that's doing it as the word tell them and instruct them how to cook and bake this lamb for the Passover. And they shall take of the blood and sprinkle and 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 strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door post and on the upper door post of the house wherein they shall eat it. Now every year I bought some hyssop and I take and I have my lamb and the blood of the lamb, I mix it with a little cotton ball and I anoint my door and the upper part of the door. I do that because you got to remember This is Passover. This is the time the death angel going to be riding, and you want people to be in your house. And once they get in, they're not supposed to go out. If you all have that movie, the Bible, and that's what we be looking at, that movie called the Bible. Even though those are characters, actors playing as Hebrew Israelites. Those are not the original Hebrew Israelites. Those are characters playing the chosen people. And this happened back then, and it's going to happen again in our day and time. So that's why you got to keep the Passover. Nobody know the day, the time, or the hour. Not even the angels know when the Most High is going to cause us to exodus up out of all of these places where Israel have been scattered. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire. He's telling you, you got to roast it. Don't boil it. Don't bake it. Don't fry it. It has to be roast. Roast with fire and unleavened bread. That's that bread that they was cooking, they was making. They didn't get a chance to knead it. So they had to let it sit up. And my grandmama used to bake it all the time, but she made hers with flour and water. And she stirred it and knead and rolled it out with her rolling pin and stuck it in the oven and cooked it. So they didn't have a chance to knead it and put any leaven in it so it could rise. Because you gotta wait about an hour or two so the bread can rise. But they didn't have an opportunity to do that. So that's why you have to eat unleavened bread. On Passover, there's no cakes, no cookies, nothing with leaven in it, no bread, no kind of bread, nothing with leaven in it that you're supposed to have on Passover. All right? It says, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it, eat not of it raw, nor soaken at all with water, but roast with fire. Talking about you can't soak it. Most people's like gravy with their lamb. This one, what we do, or we take and put it in water, and we use kosher salt to pull out the impurities, which is the blood, and we let it stay there for maybe a half an hour to an hour, so all the impurities, the blood, would come out of your lamb. Then after that, we season it up real good, split it or put little splits in it, and put your garlic in it and your herbs, whatever herbs you use, because you want your meat to taste good, and you put it in the oven and let it roast. All right? With fire. His head with his legs. Now, like I said, a lot of people have their own farms. A lot of people still do this because they have large gatherings. They have family, friends, and other congregation come and be with them. And the men mostly do the roasting of the lamb or the goat. And with the inwards, the inner parts of the lamb. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning you shall burn with fire. Some brothers and sisters still do that. I visited brothers and sisters and stayed there until in the morning, and I saw them take the leftovers, and they stayed out there and they burnt it next to the garbage can, and they waited till it was over, and they took the ashes and made sure that the fire was out, and they put it in the garbage can. So some folks still, even in this day and time and in this land, they still do that. All right. And thou shalt and thus shall ye eat it with your loins on. That means with your clothes on. I eat And then when it comes time to go to bed, I still keep my clothes on, but I keep my shoes near my bed because you're supposed to sleep with your shoes on. But I don't feel comfortable doing that, so I sleep with my shoes next to the bed. Your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is Yahweh's Passover. See, this Yahweh's Passover. I keep telling you all, they not a lot of folks, I have to generalize now. A lot of folks is not teaching about Passover. They're not teaching that there's going to be an Exodus. You had brothers and sisters like Bob Marley teaching and singing songs about the Exodus. There are a lot of more other brothers and sisters teaching and singing about the Exodus. I'm telling you that the Exodus one day is going to happen. We don't know what day and time, but we do know that we only came, our ancestors and the generation that is here, the 34th generation, which is us, we only came over here to do, Yahweh said, that he was going to come and redeem us from our iniquities. And after 2019, from 1619, our 400 years of slavery and punishment is up. All right? It says, this is Yahweh's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborns in the land of Egypt. That's why I told you, you got to anoint your doorposts. Even though this right now is spiritual, still anoint your doorposts. You don't know. You don't know when this devil angel going to come in and strike somebody in the family. You have to be obedient. Even today, brothers and sisters. And he said, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt. I will execute judgment. I am Yahweh. And the blood shall be to you as a token upon the house where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you, where I smite the land of Egypt. So I'm constantly telling you, anoint that doorpost. I don't just anoint it. When I anoint it, I pray at my doorpost. I pray and ask God for peace, deliverance, that people that pass through, if they have any burdens, if they have anything that's going on, I'm asking Yahweh, please don't let that come up in here. Let them come up in here and they will be in peace. They will be in happiness. They will enjoy Passover with their family, loved ones, friends, or with us when the time comes. You don't want a burden on your shoulder. You want the Most High to bless you to enjoy his Passover. Because I'm telling you, when the time comes and we got to book up out of here, it ain't going to be no time for all of that. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial. So this memorial is coming back and it's coming up again. A lot of these professors, teachers, and not just Israel, but a lot of Anglo-Saxons, Europeans, they keeping up with us. They know. They keep the Passover. They know what's going on. And I'm telling you, they getting ready just like you are. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it in a feast to Yahweh throughout your generation. You shall keep it a feast by any ordinance forever. And on my show, when I had my Blog Talk Radio, we had elders and leaders coming on there, and there was a debate about where to keep it, and they didn't think that you should keep it in the land where we were. And there were brothers coming, and they read this, and it was almost unbelievable that some of the elders would hang the phone up because they didn't believe that we should be keeping Passover in the land where we were slaves. See that? He said, "This day shall be unto you for a memorial, and you shall keep it a feast to Yahweh throughout your generation." Throughout your generation. You shall keep it a feast by any ordinance forever. So help me to understand, what do forever mean? I used to ask the elders, what do forever mean? I mean, if he's telling you to keep it forever, and we in an area, we are in a land that's not ours, and we are slaves here, and Yahweh telling us to keep it, and keeping it means forever. So what does forever mean? Does that mean we supposed to keep it until? He said, 7 days shall you eat unleavened bread, and the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leaven is only bread that has yeast in it or rising in it. That's why I was telling you, we're not supposed to eat anything that has anything with a leaven in it. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the seventh day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. You see how important this is, that this word get out there, and how they should be teaching this. And they out there just eat anything, whatever they want to eat, even unclean meats. Yahweh is not pleased. He's not happy. It says, leavened bread from the first day until the seventh day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel if you eat leavened bread. And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation. And in the seventh day there shall be an holy convocation unto you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat. The only may be done to you. Let me read that again. He said, save that which every man must eat. That only may be done unto you. Talking about eating the lamb or the goat, and that's on the first day with the leavened bread. And every man, his friend, neighbor, congregation, we got to eat, sit down and eat, share, bless, and prepare for the coming of Yahweh. Some people say the coming of the Lord, but I say the coming of Yahweh, your supreme being. And it says, the selfsame day have I brought your enemies. Let me go back to 17. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in this selfsame day have I brought your enemies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall you observe this day in your generation by an ordinance forever. I keep asking what's forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at evening, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at evening. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your house. your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened. That's what I was telling you. No breads, no cakes, no pies. The reason why I say pies because pies have crust, and in the pie crust there is leaven in the pie crust. Bread has yeast in it, and even when you drink in your wine, you have to make sure that the wines that you drink are kosher wines. They have to be kosher with no leaven in it, with no yeast in it. Okay. And it says, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. You shall eat nothing leavened. In all your habitation shall ye eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your family, and kill the Passover. The lamb or the goat was the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood. That's what I was telling you. I bought me some hyssop. You could buy you a little bottle of hyssop. And I bought a little bottle of hyssop and I pour it on a little cotton ball and I dip it in the blood of the lamb that I'm getting ready to prepare to cook. And I take it, I pray over it, and I anoint my sides and my head part of the door. And it said, and ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the two side posts with the blood that is in the basin, and none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. And that's what I was telling you. Once you in, you in. You're not supposed to leave out of the house because it's a spiritual death angel going to be riding around, and you're going to hear a lot on the news about certain incidents and accidents and death that will be occurring on that evening or that morning. So that's why I say prepare yourself, brothers and sisters, for the Passover. For the Passover, we must do because we keep the law. We keep uh, the agreement and being obedient to our Elohim. It says at the doorpost of his house until the morning. For Yahweh will pass through to smite the Egyptian. Well, this won't be the Egyptians, but it will be our enemies. And as you all can see or know, listening to the news, looking outside, you already know who our enemies are. Those who have treated Israel, the sons of Israel, poorly and very badly. And you have some Europeans and Anglo-Saxons who believe in our way of life and they're helping because they want to make it in too. Everybody don't want to die. They want to live. They done took their sons and had them circumcised. Every year they used to mention it on the TV and tell them to go get circumcised. Yeah, I'm talking about the Europeans would tell their sons or the elders to go get their children circumcised because they didn't know when the day or the time would come when the Most High would come through to grab up Israel. For Yahweh will pass through to smite the Egyptian, and when he sees the blood upon the lintel and on the two side posts, Yahweh will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. The destroyer, like I said, is a spiritual death angel. And if you watch the movie, you will see very clearly what I'm reading to you. And that's what we would play every Passover. We would play the Bible, and they got a little Bible for the children. It's in a animation, and we would play that one for the children's. All right. He says, and the destroyer to come in unto your house to smite you, and ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to you and to your sons forever. And that's what we used. That's what the brothers and the elders used to debate about. What does forever mean when they saying we not supposed to keep it in dysphoria? We're not supposed to keep it here. And they're saying, well, what do forever mean if we not supposed to keep it here? You all answer that. I can't answer because I keep it. And it shall come to pass when ye shall come to the land which Yahweh will give you according as he has promised. We got a land that Yahweh promised us. We're not even in our land right now. But one day we will be. That ye shall keep this service. Yahweh telling us every year we got to keep Passover. Every year we got to eat unleavened year. Every year we got to get leaven out of our house or don't eat it. Every year we got to buy a lamb or a goat. Excuse me, to eat. And it says that you shall say it is the sacrifice of Yahweh's Passover, who passes over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses, and the peoples bowed their heads and worshiped. Talked about when the time came for Israel to get up out of there. They've been slaves. They've been a slave for such a long time. I think they were slaves 400 years as well. And they was crying out. And Yahweh sent Moses to tell them, I hear you. I hear you. And that's when he sent them. And all kinds of hardening of the heart of Pharaoh, so that the children would bend their knees and pray and cry out to the Most High to let them know that they were tired and they ready to leave. And this is the same thing that's going to happen here one day. Yahweh going to send some pharaohs to make Israel bow on their knees and cry out and say that they tired and they ready to do what is necessary to do for to be a part of the house of Israel. And whatever that is, go get circumcised. Ask Yahweh to forgive them. And on top of that, to keep the law. Go back and read it for yourself. You don't have to take my word. I'm reading it to you. They got a movie of it. You could go watch it and you could read it. He says, and the children of Israel went away. Let me go back up, 27. Then ye shall say, it is the sacrifice of Yahweh's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptian and delivered our houses, delivered the children out of Egypt. And the people bowed the head. Israel bowed their heads and worshiped the Most High. And the children of Israel went away and did as Yahweh had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass that at midnight Yahweh smote all the firstborns in the house of Egypt, from the firstborn to Pharaoh, that sat on his throne, until the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. Every firstborn, Yahweh went through there and smoked them. Why? They were disobedient. And on top of that, he had hardened Pharaoh's heart. Pharaoh didn't want to let the children of Israel go. And Yahweh had to prove and show to him who Abraham or who Moses God was. And at the end, he gonna say, Moses, your God is God. Get him out of here. Leave. Take your family, take these kids, take Israel, and get out of here. But you all have to always go back to the beginning and find out how the children of Israel end up in Egypt. And when you go back and find out how they ended up in Egypt and ended up being slaves. But their ending up in Egypt being slave is totally different than the way our ancestors ended up in all these different places where the Most High scattered them. They were kicked out of the land for being disobedient, didn't want to obey, want to do their own thing. And Yahweh told them, if you don't obey me, I'm going to put you out of the land. They didn't believe. So this is what happened. This is why we scattered all over the world, because of our ancestors. Not all of the ancestors left. There are still some ancestors that's over there that believe and kept the word of the Most High. Go back and read it. Where am I? He said, as Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all of his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. Y'all hear me? And he called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, rise up and get you forth from amongst my people. He told them, get out of here. Take your people and get out of here. Get from amongst us. Both you and the children of Israel, and go serve your God, as you have said. And this is the same thing going to happen again. Everything Yahweh does, he does it 2 times. He does it twice. This is going to happen again. It's coming again. It's going to happen again. Those of you who are not ready, maybe you'll get a chance to get on the second boat. But the ones that's ready, they going on the first boat. He said, go serve your God, as ye have said. Also take your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. So everything that was taken, the artifacts out of David's temple, everything they're going to put on these cargo ships, cargo planes, gold, silver, your righteous material, everything that was taken, seeds that have not been poisoned, everything, animals that have not been shot up, is going along with Israel when we leave out of these different places, dysphoria, these different places where Israel had been scattered. And we're going to the south part of Spain. I read it to you. Go back and read it for yourself and know that Yahweh not playing. Y'all don't see what's happening in the world? And he tell this is what's going to happen. Telling you, y'all going to have to go. You got to get out of here. The children of Israel, go serve your God, as you have said. Also take your flocks and your herds out, as you have said, and be gone, and bless me also. Excuse me. He want to be blessed after all the things he have done to Israel. And the Egyptians were urging upon the people that they might send them out of the land in haste. For they said, we be all dead men. These are people that live in the land. They want to come too. They say if we stay, we'll be just as dead. That means Pharaoh gonna work them because there are no more slaves in the land. So who gonna do the work? Them. And the people took their dough before it was leavened. They're kneading. That's what I was trying to tell you. They didn't have time to knead it and let it rise. Their kneading trough being brought up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptian. Here it comes. Jewels of silver, jewels of gold, and raiment, meaning clothes, cloth. The cloth that they have stored up that's supposed to be for us. And we run around here with this liquid material, uh, um, this mixed material. Everything we wear is supposed to be pure, but they don't give us nothing pure anymore. And Yahweh gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptian, so that they lent unto them such things as they required. And they spoiled the Egyptian. When it's saying spoiled, that means they goods. All of the goods, well, not all of them, but most of the goods that they have, they gave it to Israel. So when they say Israel left out with great substance, I read it to you. They leaving out with great substance. When Israel here now in all these different places where Israel have been scattered, they're going to leave out with great substance, even with the artifacts that was taken out of these temples that was the sons of the Most High, David and Solomon. All of they artifacts, they're going to put it in these ships and boats along and airplanes along with Israel when it comes time for Israel to book up out of here. It says Israel journeyed to Sinai, emancipation, departure from Egypt, journey from Ramsey, and the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot that were men besides children. So we don't know how many it's going to be this time. Only thing I know, he said it was going to be a remnant. We don't know how many people of the remnant that the Most High is looking at. It's a remnant that's going to leave about all of these different places, but we don't know how many and who. Okay? Only thing I know, Yahweh got his hands on the chosen. Everything that's being said and done, even what I'm doing now, is being written in a book. It's being written by the scribes. The scribes are the angels, the holy angels. He's looking beyond our faults and he's seeing our needs. Those of you who are ready, stay ready. Those who are getting ready, get ready and stay ready. You don't know the day, the time, or the hour when the Most High is coming back. Okay. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herb, even very much cattle. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened. They didn't have time, brothers and sisters, to knead it. Okay, besides, they were thrust out of Egypt, kicked out of Egypt, and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any vigil. Meaning they didn't have no food. The only thing they had was what they was carrying on their back. And that was that unleavened bread, which they was waiting for it to go through its changes so the sisters can lay it out so it can bake and turn to unleavened bread. Now the journey of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. You see, their punishment was longer than ours, 430 years. Ours was just only 400 years. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the self same day, it came to pass that all the houses of Yahweh went out from the land of Egypt. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. And I'm going to tell you the same thing that they went through in the land of Egypt. It's the same thing that we're going to go through. Read it, pray about it, study, do your research, and know that whatever Yahweh said in the beginning is going to happen again. Yahweh coming back for you. I read it to you. In Isaiah, the 43rd chapter. He coming back again for you, Israel. Because you are the chosen. I read to you the 12 tribes of Egypt. The 12 tribes of Israel. I read to you that we got a land. We got our own land. We got our own culture. We got our own way of how we dress. We're not even dressing the way we supposed to be dressing. We are a royal family. We have royal clothing. All of those crowns and things that they have over in London in those vaults, oh, they're coming with us when we get ready to leave up out of here. All right, brothers and sisters, prepare. Know that Passover is coming. It's April 13th. You got to go get your lamb, your bitter herbs. Some of you who do drink your manna sherry, or make sure that the wines that you're drinking, they're for Passover. They don't have leaven in it. Morgan David wine. And make sure you get your leaven. I already got mine. And make sure you anoint your doorposts, top and the side posts. Make sure that whoever enters and comes to eat the Seder dish or the Seder dinner, make sure, brothers, that each member come in, that they're circumcised, and make sure that you pray and bless everything. You lay, when the time comes, when it's over, you sleep with all your clothes on and put your shoes. I put my shoes beside my bed. I don't feel comfortable with wearing shoes in my bed, so I put them on the side. All right, brothers and sisters, this is a day to remember. Passover is a memorial, and we try to keep it because Yahweh told us to keep it. It is a memorial, and it's getting ready to happen again. And on top of that, nobody know the day, the time, or the hour when the Most High is coming back for his sons and daughters. All right? All right, to him be the glory. Father God, in your mighty name, I come before you this day. I ask that you would bless the show, bless the listeners. I ask that you would heal and touch from the top of their head to the soles of their feet. I ask for miracles, 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 miracles on the Passover, miracles for this Passover, miracles on this Sabbath day from sundown Friday to sundown Saturday. I'm asking in your mighty name, Father, that your will would be done on earth as it is in heaven. Please heal, touch, and deliver and set the captives free. We know that the Almighty God, a powerful God, a God that can do all things but fail. So to you, my Elohim, my Yahweh, be the glory. I praise you, I lift you up. Yah, which means I love you, Yah. And Yahweh love you, Israel. Israel, Yahweh loves you. I read it to you. You are redeemed. Your Savior, Yahweh, is coming back for you. No other God is coming back for you but Him. Yahweh is coming back for you. He loves you, and I'm telling you, I'm reading it to you, and things that should have been told to us as we were coming through, raising up, as we were growing, we didn't know. And now that I know, I'm spreading it, I'm teaching it. I'm telling you, prepare yourself. Seek. The Bible says, seek and you shall find. Knock, the door shall be open. Ask and you shall receive. So these things are coming. We don't know the day, the time, or the hour. We want to thank each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And may Yahweh richly bless you. Don't forget, the Sabbath begins sundown tonight to sundown Saturday. There is no cooking, no cleaning, no buying, no selling, no sex on the Sabbath day. But this is for the chosen people. This is for those who are trying to get their eyes open. This is for those who are fearing the Most High and coming into keeping the law. Because they said the law was done away with, but it haven't. Yahweh haven't changed. He's still the same today and forevermore. He never changed. So, want to thank you. Thank you so much, Toda Rabbi. Thank you, brothers and sisters. And may Yahweh richly, 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 richly bless you on this day and the days to come. I pray that you will pray for me, my family, for Israel. I ask that you pray for the holy Melachins, the holy angels. Pray this praying time. Please pray much for me because I need your prayers. And in Yahweh's holy name, you all have a very blessed and a wonderful Passover and a wonderful Sabbath day. Passover is coming up. It's next month. In Yahweh's holy name, you all enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. May blessings fall at your feet. Thank you for tuning in. Shalom, shalom.